Oh, I won't be so cold like I was before. Oh, I will find a way back from the rain and the storm. And I will form a picture of my future painted in gold. And time ain't got no reason when you're lost.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Ashanae here, and today I'm gonna be doing a deep declutter makeup video. This is all of my makeup, like every single one, every single piece, and we are going to be decluttering, throwing out. I'm gonna let y'all guys know now, like, I'm not gonna say I'm a little hoarder or whatever, but you know, we just gotta throw some stuff out. Like, if I haven't used it in the past couple of months, like, it just has to go. Okay, so we are gonna get started on the palettes first. So from here, and here are just eyeshadow palettes. So we're gonna start with the eyeshadow palettes first. Now we're gonna start with this elf one right here. This is the elf's matte for matte 2 palette. I loved this freaking palette. Like, this is super cool. This is something that you buy when you're first starting out, all this good stuff. I probably used this a bajillion times. However, I haven't used this in the past. Maybe, gotta be maybe a whole year. So this is definitely gonna go in the going away pile. This is the rose gold sunset palette. This palette, oh my god, I saw this palette and I had to freaking have it. I love the shimmer shades. The shades are like low-key bomb. Like, they are like low-key pigmented. I don't know if I want to keep this one or not. See, I'm starting already. Okay, I haven't used this in a year, so it just has to go. It has to go. So I'm gonna definitely, this is gonna go in the pile. But these matte for matte elf palettes are definitely good for when you're first starting out. Like, it really, these are really some nice pigment shades that you could actually do a look with. We have the matte for matte. This is the first one. This is the jewel pop one. This is like super colorful if you want to play with color. This is bomb. I love the orange in this shade. I've used this palette, I think, for a makeup tutorial. I mean, sorry, a Halloween tutorial. That's why it looks like this. So I might keep this palette just for my Halloween tutorials, because Halloween is approaching, y'all, and it's about to be lit. So I'm definitely gonna keep this one because I definitely see this palette being something I will use for my makeup looks. I mean, for my Halloween looks. Okay, we got the LA Girl Wander and Lust palette. These, I definitely did a video on this palette, and I will link it up in the description box and have it pop up in the cards. I have not touched this whatsoever. Like, I probably used this one time for the video and that was it. So I may be giving this away, and yeah. Now we have LA Girl Nudist. This is the nude palette. Like I said, I don't think I ever touched this palette. I don't think I ever touched this palette. Now that I'm looking at it, like, I low-key want to keep it because I haven't touched it at all. I don't know. Should I keep it, y'all? I think I got this in a PR package. Not PR package. I got this in a YouTuber sent me a box of makeup, and I believe I got this one in the box. So I really low-key want to keep this. So I might use this for a Halloween tutorial as well. I love these matte shades right here. So I think I'm going to keep this and try to use it. If I don't use it, then I'm going to give it away. We have the LA Girl Moonlight Magic highlighting palette. This highlighting palette is life. As you guys see, the mirror is super dirty because I actually use it. I love these 2 shades. This shade here may be too dark for me, but these 3 shades here, I use this palette. Y'all might not see it in my tutorials, but I definitely use this. I'm running out of fingers. It's super pigmented. Like, the highlights is bomb, so I'm definitely gonna keep this. The Shayla times ColourPop Proceed with Caution palette. I love this palette. It's dirty because I actually use it. This orange shade is a life. I love this yellow. I just love this palette. This gives me daytime slash nighttime look. So you can actually turn it up, turn it down. I don't like how this shadow always pops out of the, you know, the thing. But I'm definitely gonna keep this because it's like a collector's item. If y'all don't know Makeup Shayla, like, y'all need to just like subscribe to her because she's fire. I will link her channel in the bottom bar. And yeah, the blushing in Bali highlighting and blush palette. I actually like this. I used this not too long ago. Stuff that I've used not too long ago, I'm definitely gonna keep. These two shades as blushes is fire, and every one of these highlighters are very pigmented. BH Cosmetics have some bomb and pigmented stuff, so check them out. They fire. And yeah, this Fenty Beauty freaking Moroccan Spice palette, I haven't used this palette in a long time. I have a tutorial on this palette as well. I probably would never get rid of this palette. This is a Fenty palette, first of all. Second of all, this palette was super expensive. Third of all, yeah, we keeping this palette, like, period. This blue shade is amazing. Like, all of these matte shades are fire. It's super pigmented. I love the packaging. I just have to clean it up a little bit, but the packaging is bomb. Like, this is not an everyday palette, I understand that, but you can work with this. Like, this is something you just keep in your collection, and I'm definitely gonna keep it. Limited edition House of Thorns by Wet n Wild. I have two. One is open and one was sent to me. So I could have sworn when I gave a makeup box to my friend, I sent it to her. Yeah, so I was supposed to put this, I could have sworn I put one of these in her bag. I don't think it was, I mean, in her box. I don't think it was this one, was something else. So I'm definitely gonna be giving this away as well. But I do have this one right here. Hold on. This one is fire. This freaking emerald shade right here is fire. All of these are pigmented. I didn't really gravitate to this one because this one is not something I would wear, honestly, but I'm definitely gonna keep this because I was thinking of a look to do with this shade, so I'm gonna keep this for a little while longer. And yeah, we have this Wet n Wild Not Basic Peach palette. What's freaking, I'm trying to think, which palette was this a dupe of? Oh my god, this is a dupe to a palette. I freaking forgot. But these little compact shades are definitely great if you are definitely a beginner. You get the orange, you get gold, you get a brow shade, I mean, what they call it? An underbrow shade, your transition shade, all this good stuff. So these are definitely good. I have not used this in forever, so this is gonna go in the go away pile. But these are only like $5 in the drugstore. The Leah x MAC collection, honey. Like, I know I'm not giving this away. I don't give a damn how much I don't use it. I don't care if it expires. I will never throw this out ever in the universe. I have 2 videos on this collection, and I would just never throw this out because this is a collector's item. I don't think you could ever get it again, so I will definitely not be throwing this away. I always keep my collector items in their packaging because I don't want no scratches or anything, so this is definitely going to stay. The Black Radiance contour and highlight palette, y'all know I use this all the time in each video. This is actually a backup that I have, but if you are a brown skin girl, I definitely recommend this one. This is the medium to dark palette. I really love this contour shade. Like, even the sculpt shade, the highlight, everything is bomb in this palette. Like, for drugstore, like, this is it. A lot of people actually sleep on Black Radiance, and Black Radiance is the SHIT. And yeah, y'all need to get with it, straight drugstore. So we're gonna go in with the Come As You Are Carry palette. This palette I don't know if I did a review. I haven't even touched this palette yet. Like, I don't know, what am I thinking, what's going on? Like, I just have not got a chance to actually, you see how clean this palette is. I haven't got a chance to touch this palette yet, and I just want to before I give it away or throw it out. So I'm definitely going to keep this palette because I feel like I can use this with something, so I'm definitely going to keep this. And this is the Come As You Are. I love carry palettes. They are very pigment, very high quality. And yeah, this is the Morphe. Wait. The Morphe 35M palette. I know y'all seen this palette in my videos, and I love this palette. You could do a plum look, you could do a smoky look, you could do a green look. It's just a variety. I watch OMG Lashes, and she actually gave me the idea to do this video, of course, because she just posted one. I will link her in the bottom bar, and she actually persuaded me to get this palette, and I used this literally all last winter and summer. If you missed those videos, I will link in the description box. But this palette is fire. I love it. Y'all see I've been digging in these shades here because it's just so good. But yeah, we keeping this. So this is the Morphe 3502 palette. I don't know, I think every palette, every 3502 palette I see, the black shade is gone. So I think, you know, it just breaks. I don't know. So I'm not gonna get rid of this palette. This is a classic palette. This, I don't even think you could get this palette anymore. When it comes to these shades, it's actually like super fall, super wintry shades, and I love it. And I would never, and you see this is my favorite shade because it's actually hitting pan. This is just a palette that I just would probably, I wouldn't say never, but wouldn't get rid of. And like, this is like one of the classic palettes from Morphe. BH Cosmetics Studio Pro palette. This palette is hashtag Morphe vibes right here. But the thing is with this palette, this is great if you're a beginner with makeup and eyeshadow, beginner and starting your kit when you're a makeup artist. You could use any shade on any skin tone with this. You have the lighter shades here, you have every shimmer, you have every matte shade. This is perfect. Go get this palette. I don't know if they still sell it. I would check the BH Cosmetics website for you, and I will link it, because I think every brown girl or whoever just need this palette in their collection, especially if you're a palette person. This is just, it's just everything in one. 503 palette. I did a video on this one as well. I have not touched this palette yet either, but it's like, I feel like it's low-key a collector's item, because this is part 3 of the 2 I just showed you. I love these green shades. This middle shade is fire. I haven't touched everything, but winter time is coming, sorry, fall time is coming, so I really want to just get into the palettes that I haven't touched yet. Okay, this 35i Fantasy palette, this is the most regretful palette I've ever bought in my whole life. I do not like this palette. I don't like the formula of the freaking, I just don't like this palette. This palette is super ashy on me. Yeah, it's just ashy on me. I don't like the MAC shades. I don't like the shimmer shades, and I bought this palette thinking I could do a bomb look with it, and it just looked horrible. Okay, so I don't know, I might use this as a Halloween palette if I need to just do something, if I'm doing something nice and colorful or quirky or whatever. But other than that, I don't recommend, if you're a brown girl, I do not recommend this palette at all. Like, I literally wasted my money on this palette. But this is the 35 Icy palette. Now this is the Oldie but Goodie. This is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palettes, and this is her first palette. It's Dirty as F, because I actually use this. This is my favorite shade in the middle. As you can see, this palette is an artistry palette. I feel like if you're into makeup, really into makeup, this palette is definitely for you. I don't think they sell it anymore, but this is definitely a classic palette. Like, this palette will forever be memory to all the makeup artists and people that just love to do makeup. This is a fire palette. You could do as much as you want with this palette, so I'm definitely keeping this one. This is her second palette, the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette. I just did a video on this palette not too long ago. I did not like a yellow shade. I ended up using it again, so maybe it was the way I set my lid or whatever, but I haven't gotten to all of this yet, so I'm definitely gonna keep this, because these are one of the most recent purchases, so I'm definitely going to keep this one. Is the BH Cosmetics Zodiac Sign palette, and this palette has ran with me, okay? This palette is dirty, it's beat up, it probably needs to be wiped. I just did a video on this palette and I did the purple shade. If you're interested, I will link it in the description box, have it pop up in the cards. This palette is fire. If you are a zodiac sign person and you're into signs and stuff, this is perfect for you. They have a bunch of nice winter matte shades, and then they have all the shimmer shades. And I am a Scorpio, so comment down below yo zodiac sign. This is the second edition 120 BH Cosmetics. This is definitely my Halloween palette, so this probably won't be going anywhere. You get 2 layers of colors. I've used this in maybe all of my Halloween videos. The only thing is I wish the pans was bigger. This one, I think because I did my Blue Devil, so yeah, this shade right here is carved out because I did my Blue Devil look, so I actually carved it out and used it. But I'm definitely gonna keep this. This is my first eyeshadow palette I've ever bought from BH Cosmetics, and I use it till this day. This is my Wet n Wild palette. This is the 40 color eyeshadow palette. This palette is also a classic. Like, Wet n Wild did his thing with this palette. This is supposed to be the dupe for the James Charles. These shades are super pigmented. I love the shades, the shimmers, everything is bomb. It's a lot of shades that I haven't used yet, so I'm very excited. So the more I throw out, then the more I can see what I have and I can use it, so I'm definitely gonna keep this palette. Now this is a Morphe 39A Artistry palette. When I tell you I wanted this palette for like a whole year, and I was like, if this palette ever gets back on sale, I'm gonna buy it. So I'm definitely not throwing this out, because these shades alone are great transition shades, and you have a little station, a little area, which each area has their own shades to go with the look. And I'm just gonna keep this because, like, I cannot throw this out. I wanted this palette so bad, so I feel like I need to give it more of a fair chance. But I do love this, and I have a video on this as well, so everything will be in the bottom bar. This is the Carly Bible palette. This was the second palette I bought. I like this palette. I only like it for the shimmer shades at the bottom, but honestly I don't think this is a color, this is a brown girl friendly palette. Honestly, Carly Bible, I like her, she's cool, but I don't think the palette, especially with these shades up here, they don't look that good to me on brown skin girls. So I'm probably gonna part ways with this as well. But I bought this so long ago, like 4 years ago, 5 years ago. I didn't think about, are these shades gonna pop up on me or how they're gonna look. So, you know, over the years you just learn what works for you and what don't. So this is going in the going away pile. This is It's My Very First palette. This is her first drop from the BH Cosmetics, and this is a 3-in-1. You get a mirror with it, you get the eyeshadow, highlighters, and you get the contour shades. This is a 3-4-in-1 type of situation, and I had to pick it up along with the brush set, and I will live by this forever. These nude shades are everything for brown skin girls. I love the contour shades. Radiant is my favorite. I think I'm gonna be hitting pan on this, so I'm definitely gonna keep this because I use this to this day. This is the It's My Ray Ray second palette with BH Cosmetics. I don't think they sell this anymore, but if you did not pick this up, girl, you missed out. I love every shade in here. Every shade can be shown on any skin tone, okay? This yellow is fire. This gold right here, you can use that as a highlighter. You can even use this as a contour shade. Like, this palette is fire, period, and I will never get rid of this. This is staying. Okay, so this is the Nicole Guerrero times Anastasia Beverly Hills. Y'all know, if y'all know me, y'all know I love Nicole Guerrero. Nicole Guerrero is my sis. I S with her on 1,000. She's super fire. This is her glow kit that she has with Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is actually back in stock. When I mean you can use each shade on each skin tone, it's fire. I don't never use this probably, but I could actually use this as a shimmer shade, or I can use this as an inner corner highlight. So it's perfect. I love, these are my favorite. These are my favorite ones right here. Like, I'm surprised I'm not hitting pan yet, but these are my favorite right here, and I believe you can pick this up now. So go get it, please, y'all. Go get it. Modern Renaissance palette. I got this in a box that a YouTuber sent me. Her name is Destiny. I will link her channel. She's fire. I love this palette. Like, this is what put Anastasia Beverly Hills definitely on the map when it came to eyeshadow. And I don't think I will get rid of this because it has a lot of bomb shades. I love these. This is my favorite shade right here, in the brown shade. So I'm definitely gonna keep this. This is like definitely a collector's item. So yeah, this, oh Lord, this is a palette that my mom bought me. I don't know where she got this palette actually. Oh my god, it broke. And I think I'm gonna keep this because, like I said, I do lots of Halloween looks, so sometimes I need just regular transition shades of black. I forgot what shade was here, but it broke, and I need this white sometimes, so this is gonna be in my Halloween situation. But shout out to my mom for getting these palettes, because this palette definitely like helped me out when I first started with makeup, so shout outs to her. This is the Black Radiance Cream Contour Palette. I think I'm gonna throw this out. I'm gonna put this in the giveaway pile. I never use it at all, and I love Black Radiance, but I sometimes don't gravitate. I haven't done cream contour in a long time, and I haven't used this in a while either, so I'm definitely going to put this in the giveaway pile. We have another Anastasia Alyssa Edwards palette that I purchased. I want to keep it because I haven't touched it, and I spent my hard-earned money on this, but the purple shade pissed me off in one of the videos, and I just haven't picked it up since. However, this blue is definitely like fire, so I might pick this up another time, just won't be right now. But yeah, do I recommend this palette? Yes and no. Like, if you don't buy it, then you won't die. Like, it's not something that you have to have in your collection. Go with the Sailor Moon palette. Like I said, to me these are collector's items. It's not something I will get rid of, and I just did a review video on this not too long ago. I will link it. And these shades, actually none of these shades popped up on me. None of the transition shades. I actually bought this collection because I am definitely a Sailor Moon fan, and I wanted to do a review on it, but I didn't actually think the transition shades would pop up on me, so I only used 2, maybe 3 shades out of here, and had to use another palette. But to me, this is a collector's item, so I didn't really care. And the packaging is just amazing. Like, it's just like so freaking cute. Another Carity palette. Y'all know, y'all seen this palette in my video too many times, okay? So this palette is definitely not going nowhere. I'm not hitting pan on none of these shades, which is weird because I've used every freaking shade in this palette, honestly, except for this gray one right here. This is my brow shade that I use for my brows when I fill it in. Like, I am in love with this palette. If y'all don't have this Carity palette, y'all need to go get it, like, honestly. And I F's with them because they be liking my posts on Instagram. Oh yeah, if you're not following my Instagram, like, what are you doing? Go follow, please, and then come back. Okay. Oh yeah, did you like this video yet? Huh? Hello? Like it? Press the like, then the subscribe, then the bell. You did? You finished? Okay, cool. Alright, next palette. This is the Carity Picante palette. I love this palette, but I haven't like touched it again since this shade. Oh Lord, this shade alone will blow your mind. This shade, let me just swipe it. Alone will smack, okay? This shade alone will smack, okay? So if you haven't got this palette, what you waiting for, sis? Gonna go. This is the Perception palette, Shayla times ColourPop. This is her first collab. I showed you the Proceed with Caution one a while ago, and this is her palette. I haven't used this palette in forever, but I don't think I'm gonna get rid of it because it's a freaking classic. I feel like it's a classic. You cannot like use none of these shades in here ever again. Like, I just haven't picked it up, but this is fire. Like, I'm gonna keep this. It looks nice and clean. It has a mirror. You can always go to it. Daytime looks, nighttime looks. Come on, stop playing. This is the Shade and Light palette from Kat Von D. I begged. I called my mother in Sephora and begged her, can I use my credit card so I can buy this? So this is not going anywhere, because I feel like, yeah, we need to get our money's worth. This was $50, and yeah, we gonna be, okay, like this, it's not going nowhere. Okay, if I have to use it for something else, that's what we're gonna do. And yeah, that's just that. This is the BH Cosmetics Glam Reflection palette. For some reason, I think I want to let this one go. I haven't used this palette. This green, I'm sorry, this yellow shade is so pretty. I think I used the same thing already. I got swatches all over me. This yellow shade is so cute. So I think I'm gonna give this away. I haven't picked this up since freaking 3 summers ago. And I think I'm ready to let it go. So I think I'm gonna give this palette up. So this is going in the throwaway pile. But this is definitely a good summer palette. If you're into yellows, golds, and you know, the mustard yellows and stuff, is really good. Like the pigmentation is on point. So look at that. It's a little crumbly, but the pigmentation is on point. So I'm definitely gonna give this up and let somebody else have some fun. So this is the Juvia's Place palette. This is the Masquerade by Juvia's, and I haven't used this in a while as well. This is super pigmented shades. This is black owned. I did a famous, like, that look that I posted with these blue shades low-key went viral. Like, that's the most likes I ever got on a makeup look ever. I will link the look that I used this palette with in the bottom bar, of course. And I think this palette is fire. I would say go and get it. I haven't used it, but I'm keeping it because look at the artwork on here. Like, come on. The BH Cosmetics Sweet Shoppy palettes. This is the cotton candy that I just did a look on, so I will link that in the description box. I have a cherry on top. I have an orange sorbet, and I have a bubblegum one. Oh my god, I'm definitely gonna get rid of these because I just got these, and I'm not going to show you how they look because I'm doing a video on them, so you have to wait. So make sure you subscribe, click that notification bell, and we're good. Last but not least, this is the Fenty Beauty Highlight Kilowatt Highlighting Palette. Of course I'm not throwing this out because it's Fenty Beauty, of course. And yeah, so these are the shades. This is not something that you use every day. It's something you use for occasions, and this is not going anywhere because this is expensive as well. So yeah, that is the end of the palettes. So I'm gonna break this video into 3 parts. So next video will be about foundations I'm getting rid of, so stay tuned for that. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Laters.
Future painted in gold and time.